Scary first-person POV shows what it's like to fight former UFC champion Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland has given fans stunning insight into what it's like to fight him ahead of his next fight at UFC 312. Strickland takes on UFC middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis for the second time in February 2025. The 33-year-old was the former 185-pounds king, but dropped his belt to du Plessis at UFC 297 in January. Ahead of his main event clash in Sydney next year, Strickland has released unique footage of himself squaring off with a training partner in the octagon. But the video isn't the standard camera angle UFC fans are used to seeing, as his opponent is wearing a point-of-view camera. The clip is just over 30 seconds long and accurately displays the awkward, upright, orthodox stance that guided Strickland to UFC gold. Strickland debuted for the UFC in 2014, but suffered 3 defeats in his first 10 octagon fights. He then went on a 6-fight win streak, beating Brendan Allen and Uriah Hall in the run, before landing a number 1 contender bout with current UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira. The Californian was brutally knocked out by Pereira in the first round of their bout at UFC 276, in a fight that led to Pereira being crowned the middleweight champ, after he beat Israel Adesanya in similar style 4 months later. Strickland then suffered a second successive defeat to Jared Cannonier, before earning first shot at a UFC title against Adesanya. He shocked the world when he came out and dominated the last style bender, during their 5-round main event clash at UFC 293, where he was deservedly crowned the winner by unanimous decision. However, it wasn't long before a new king arrived in town, as the undefeated du Plessis wound up submitting Strickland 4 months later in the latter's first defense of the title. South Africa's du Plessis has since defended the 185-pound strap against Adesanya and is set to rematch Strickland in the main event of UFC 312. The pair have gone back and forth in the past, and were both directly involved in a wild crowd fight at UFC 296. The Las Vegas card was headlined by Leon Edwards vs Colby Covington and witnessed the former comfortably defend his welterweight title, winning the bout by unanimous decision after 5 rounds. Strickland was escorted out of the T-Mobile Arena in December 2023, 1 month before his scheduled first fight with du Plessis. UFC commentator and podcaster Joe Rogan first announced the middleweight rivals has been scrapping in the crowd on the live TV broadcast. Footage of the incident was caught on camera by several people and uploaded to social media, before the brawl was played out on the broadcast after Edwards had defended his title. The footage showed Strickland jumping over seats to attack du Plessis, who he hit with several punches and elbows as many tried to intervene. After an almighty effort from security, both men were dragged away from each other and the card continued.